Welcome back to HQ Spotlight. Texas quarterback Quinn Ewers is now the Heisman favorite after he dismantled the defending national champions in Ann Arbor on Saturday. Ewers balling out, tossing for 246 and 2 tutties with no interceptions versus Michigan. Our Danny Cannell said Ewers played like the #1 pick in next year's NFL draft. This Week 2 win just adds to his lore that he is a man for the big game on the road. Last year in Week 2, they went to #3 Alabama, and he dismantled the Tide for 349 and 3 touchdowns with no interceptions. His efficiency rating in those games, 2 of the highest numbers of his collegiate career versus ranked teams on the road. So, in terms of Josh Pate's quarterback rankings, where does Ewers sit? Well, he is now into the top 3 after that performance last week. 246, 3 touchdowns, up 1 spot behind Carson Beck and Cam Ward, who stay 1-2. Nico Iamaleava remains 5. He stays put. We had a mover in Dillon Gabriel up 2 spots. Miller Moss also jumping in to the top 10. All right, let's welcome in Josh Pate, host of Josh Pate's College Football Show. Okay, so Josh, Quinn Ewers rising into the top 3 with that big performance last week versus Michigan. How big is the gap between 3 and 1 right now?
I wouldn't say that big, Jeremy. 2 weeks ago, you and I were sitting here and we were talking about how this stacks up. What's the hierarchy? And then we specifically mentioned Quinn Ewers. Okay, well, what does he have to do? Is this a prove-it year? Obviously, it's a prove-it year for him. Unlike some of these other guys, like, for instance, Jackson Dart, he hasn't had a test. He won't have a big test for a little while. We knew Quinn Ewers had this Michigan test coming up in Week 2. And so I thought it was fair to say, let's just wait until the Michigan game. Because even if Michigan can't move the ball themselves, they will present a formidable foe defensively. Well, they did, and he did exactly what he did last year against Alabama. And I would say the win was more emphatic than it was last year against Alabama. So now what we talked about 2 weeks ago is, can he take that step? It wasn't a huge step he had to take. He was good to very good in a lot of the critical areas. How do you go from very good to great? There have been many a book written on that, Jeremy. So the book in college football is the little minor details, just the 3rd and shorts, just converting here, just throwing the ball away there, making a little bit better decision, throwing the ball a little bit earlier. He's working with the same guy he's worked with for 3 years, and it's the right guy in Steve Sarkisian. So what he's got to do is keep doing exactly what he's doing, and then he'll be right there in the mix. He already is. You said he's the Heisman favorite. Unlike some guys who start fast and then fade, I don't really think he fades this year. Outside of freak injury stuff, I think he's here to stay.
Plus 650 after they beat Michigan on Saturday, now down to 5-1 to win the Heisman. And they, of course, take on UTSA this coming week. All right, Oregon quarterback Dillon Gabriel, next topic of conversation here. He hasn't been great, but he hasn't been terrible either. Are you satisfied, Josh, with his growth in this offense, or do you need to see more from him?
Need to see more, but it's the guys in front of him you really need to see more from. They've been a mess of negative plays, penalties. They had to rely on explosive plays to beat Idaho and to beat Boise State last week, Jeremy. Now, that's okay because winning the game is what is the most important, but the state of Idaho is out of teams to send them now. So the level of competition is going to ramp up a little bit. And what I worry about, anytime you see a team disproportionately leaning on explosive plays early in the year and unable to sustain drives, is the level of defensive skill is going to up itself as you get into conference play. And even they go on the road this week against Oregon State. That won't be easy. That'll be the best defensive test that they've seen so far this year. And if you can't sustain drives and you're relying on the explosive play, you are ripe to have one of those Saturdays where someone, as Mima always said, they take the crowbar, they throw it in the bicycle spokes. And the reason we put it that way is that doesn't make the bike slow down. That just makes it come to a complete stop, and you fly over the handlebars, and your face is all scarred up. And that can be you offensively, and it doesn't matter if you're favored by 3 or 30. You can do what Notre Dame did last week. Now, people think, oh, Oregon, Notre Dame, there's no difference. Well, if you can't give your guy time, and if you can't run the ball, which Oregon has not been able to do, they've been outrushed 2 weeks in a row, then Dillon Gabriel does not have a shot to do what we think he's capable of doing. So it's early. They've got the pieces. This is not a poverty offense or anything like that. They got to put it together, though, and they got to find it fast.
Yeah, one of the things he said last week is we did everything we could to shoot ourselves in the foot in this game versus Boise State, but did manage to come out with the win. All right, we've been talking a lot about the turnaround of the defense at USC under D'Anton Lynn, but Josh, are we talking enough about what Miller Moss has done in replacing Caleb Williams here? Moss is now in the top 10 of your quarterback rankings. Does Lincoln Riley have another Heisman candidate on his roster?
Yeah, every quarterback who's played for him pretty much has been. The only thing I wanted to make sure of, Jeremy, is I wanted to make sure there was no huge comeback to earth moment against Utah State, and they went and shut him out. So twofold, that's a big deal. Not in this conversation, but defensively, that's a big deal. But also, they got more good quarterback play. You have the proof of performance. So in years past, when we've seen a new guy step into the Lincoln Riley system, we've seen so many turn into Heisman contenders and winners that I'm willing to just put blind trust and faith in a guy who has been in the system since 2021. He was class of 2021. And he's been there, and he's got the trust of Lincoln Riley. He knows that roster. He knows the guys he's throwing the ball to. That is still, I think, an underrated group of receivers, although much more on the radar now than they were coming into the LSU game in week 1. I think that also you're probably seeing him at his low point of the year, at least on these rankings. I think you'll continue to see a little green arrow next to his name week over week.
Yeah, current odds 18-1, by the way, to win the Heisman. He's got better odds than the next guy we're talking about. Part of our doubleheader on CBS this week, the late game featuring Colorado in Fort Collins to face Colorado State. And, of course, talking about Shedeur Sanders. He's falling down the top 10. His Heisman and draft stalker in free fall. He left the Nebraska game early, blamed his lineman. Josh, what do you need to see from Shedeur Sanders this week to keep him in the top 10?
Him standing up. Him being able to stand in the pocket, a lot of stuff that's a little bit out of his control. I heard the same sound bites everyone else did this week, didn't love them. I saw the same thing Saturday night that everyone else did, didn't love it. I think there's so much more to what's going on with him right now, and there's so much more to the conversation at any given point around Shedeur and Dion and Colorado. This team gets treated differently. It's because it carries itself differently. So I'm not saying it's right or wrong. There goes the red balloon, my favorite piece of B-roll of the week. I'm not saying it's wrong that this team gets put under a microscope. I'm just saying they do. And so when Shedeur Sanders, or check that, when the Colorado offense has a bad night, when the offensive line cannot buy him any time for the second year in a row, it's just all in the quarterback's lap. And people can say, well, that's the way it goes. Well, is that the way it should go? And then they do themselves no favors because inevitably, Jeremy, you're going to get comments like you just pointed out after the game, which makes it hard for you to take anyone's side in this whole thing. Look, they got Colorado State this week, and then they've got conference play coming up. And remember, just like I said 2 weeks ago, you and I also talked about this. And we talked about how if your operation is not sound, people look down on the Big 12. They shouldn't. That conference will just shake your tree week after week. What they played in at Nebraska, they're going to get several more times in terms of style of game. And so you could have several more weeks where it's just total ineptitude, offensive linemen on their back, Shedeur running for his life, guys yelling on the sideline. The Big 12 does not have to be the SEC to do that to you if you're not sound fundamentally and personnel-wise as a football team. So I wouldn't buy a ton of stock in any kind of individual award for him this year. I would just hope for survival and functionality of the offense.
Our college football analyst Josh Pate joining us to discuss his latest edition of the quarterback rankings. Thanks, Josh. Always good to see you.